discretion. But, another thing was they had to start with the Code of Honor, which I don't know how many old school Ring of Honor fans are listening to this, but the Code of Honor was you
Brush
shook
your
hands
feet
before.
and shake hands.
you shook your hands before every match.
Quack, quack.
And you couldn't even start the match unless both wrestlers did that. Also, there was a 20-minute outer ring time limit, so you could be out of the ring for 20 minutes instead of 10, which I don't know why all companies don't do that. 20 seconds.
20 minutes is a long time.
Well, take your time. Set up a chair. Enjoy the show.
I would like that kind of ruling.
20-second time limit on the outside of the ring.
You guys are at 8.5 minutes. You better get back in here soon.
It's really fun. It's just, I'm really excited for it, and I think it just adds a little more honor to your wrestling, which is perfect for Ring of Honor.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. No, I'm excited to see what they can do with it, and with a new start for Ring of Honor, this can only mean good things.
I agree.
Yes. But now it's time to get into the things that come and go, much like the Pure Championship. Only this time we're talking about people.
And there's a good amount of coming and going around here. Of course, the first one, Pasty, is Session Moth Martina. Some of you might not know who she is and might have thought I just had a stroke, because I've had about 4 times while I've been doing this show. No, I said that name correctly. Session Moth Martina will be making her Ring of Honor debut at Ring of Honor Free Enterprise. Which, by the way, that's their free show they're putting out.
Is there
Doesn't
already
cost
a Moth
anything
Martina?
to go there.
Because that flows so well on its own.
No, there isn't. But she does go by Session sometimes. She does go by Moth Martina. She goes by multiple Session. She goes by Sesh.
Moth Martina.
The Irish grappler will take on Sumi Sakai at the event and could not be more excited to bring her brand of partying to the United States.
Okay.
She spoke with ringofhonor.com about her feelings coming in and what the fans should expect from her, saying, "I am so excited to wrestle Sumi. She looks like she knows how to handle a beer or two, so maybe it's just going to turn into a full-blown party and we'll just leave happy. As for Angelina Love, that girl thinks she's so hot, but she clearly hasn't seen me yet. Doesn't she know everyone fancies Martina? She definitely will by the time I get to her."
I like this chick already.
I know, right? She continued, "The best way to describe myself is the party that never ends. I don't really care about anything else other than that. No one takes away my party time. And if they try, that's when I get vicious." Now, for those of you who don't know her, Sesh is a former Insane Championship Wrestling Women's Champion, Pro Wrestling All-Stars Queen of Diamonds Champion, Over the Top Wrestling Women's Champion and Gender Neutral Champion, and current Discovery Women's Wrestling's Champion.
Very nice. I'm excited to see what she can do. Like I said, I like her already just from that little quote.
Yeah, she's going to bring some good fire to Ring of Honor. As we've said from the beginning of this year, Ring of Honor needs to and seems like they're in the middle of a revamp. Things like bringing back the Pure Championship and bringing in some international flair. And I hate to say it because Ring of Honor is the more technical and mat-based and wrestling-prone thing, but to bring in a few flashy performers wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
You don't have to focus around that, but it wouldn't hurt.
I'm pretty interested to see what she brings to the table. Now, it's 2020. We've been in the era of reboots and rehashes and restarts, and now we get to look forward to the Jesus Bulls, which is a spinoff of
it's going to be so the Great Lebowski or the Big Lebowski. It's going to be so horrible.
It's going to be so Walken, awful. It's gonna be worth watch, but it's still gonna be terrible.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
But not only that, they did just put out Dr. Sleep, Stephen King's second chapter to The Shining. Do we really need that?
Oh, that's been out for a while, Luke. That's about a year old now.
Yeah, I never heard about it while I was in theaters, and now I'm just
hearing
really?
Now it's on I heard about it. I heard about it back when it was a book.
Yeah,
Long time
I'm
ago.
just hearing about it now, and I'm like, why?
Again, I want to watch it, but I haven't heard anything good about it.
Well, the wrestling world is not free from reboots and rehashes either, as both Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder of the Revival officially requested their WWE release again. They had previously requested their release in January of 2019 and reportedly cited that they were unhappy with the tag division as a whole and how they were being used. In May of 2019, they were reportedly offered a 5-year deal worth $500,000 per year, which they turned down. Their contracts are expected to expire in April, but it's been reported that WWE is adding an extra 10 weeks due to Wilder missing time with a broken jaw in 2016.
And because Vince apparently just does not want to let anybody go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they're sticking to your guns. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and then go home and sit on your couch some more.
It's not a bad gig if you can get it.
Yeah.
But it's got to leave you hoping for more.
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice if WWE would let him go, but I think they're the ones they want to make the example out of the most. Because they know where they're going when they go.
Well, they screwed up themselves by legitimately referencing outside companies and outside groups. I mean, it's a risk. Sometimes there's risks you could take, like Call Me Up Vince by Velveteen Dream.
Yep.
And it works. Sometimes there's risks like the Revival putting FTR on their tights and getting fucked. They got what they asked for.
They trademarked that shit and received it.
They said, fuck the Revival, and Vince said, bend over, just call me Black Cat. We kept the Black Cat thing going. That's kind of cool. Another one on the way out, apparently. Tayanara Conti is reportedly on her way out.
She's a real Conti.
She's reportedly on her way out of the WWE after a disagreement with management. Conti reportedly left the company in mid-January, according to both the Wrestling Observer and Fightful Select. Also, according to WrestleBR, Conti reportedly refused to work the Women's Battle Royal main event on the January 15th NXT episode on the USA Network, which saw Bianca Belair win to earn the TakeOver Portland title shot from NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Now, it is unclear if Conti actually walked out of the company, but WrestlingBR confirmed that she is still technically under contract. Besides her actual handle, Conti has removed any references to WWE from her Twitter page. She still lists herself as a WWE NXT superstar in her Instagram bio, though. The 24-year-old Conti has been with WWE since 2016, which surprised me. I remember her. Well, no, I remember her a lot, but I just thought she was much newer, I guess. But now that I think about it, it's been about 2 years since I've watched WWE, so that kind of makes sense.
There you go.
If they're not using her, let her go. Again, just let her go.
Yeah. Well, a new class of WWE Performance Center recruits have showed up to take the place of Conti and again officially working with the company in Orlando on Monday. The list includes top indie talent Timothy Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher. The 36-year-old Thatcher has turned down WWE offers in the past, but has remained on the radars of WWE's Director of Talent Development and Head of Global Recruiting, William Regal, as well as Canyon Seaman.
Oh, I love Canyon Seaman.
It's my favorite kind.
I prefer to call him last name the first name, because that's respectful and professional.
It's a Seaman Canyon.
I like a good Seaman Canyon.
That's what I'm calling the old lady from now on.
Panda Red, the Seaman Canyon. I can dig it.
Thank God she don't listen to this.
I can snap into that, buddy.
WWE's... Got it.
Seaman Canyon.
Kept the attention of William Regal as well as Canyon Seaman. WWE's Senior Director of Talent Development, Thatcher has competed for MLW, Evolve, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, WXW, Revolution Pro, amongst others. According to Meltzer, Thatcher reportedly signed a deal with WWE because he couldn't land a contract with any of the top promotions in Japan, as that was his initial goal. His signing is described as tremendous for WWE. Ready to get underutilized, friend?
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he will.
Yep.
He's older than they want. He isn't flashy, you know. He did all right in MLW. I'm not a huge Timothy Thatcher fan, but they used him a lot and pushed him very well.
Seaman.
He's no Canyon Seaman. We can't all be Canyon Seaman. Yeah, I don't see him doing much outside of NXT for sure, but he could be. Yeah, I was gonna say he could be a huge asset behind the scenes after he retires.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, if Japan won't take you, there's probably not much left for you.
Right? Yeah, I'm really surprised. I did a few. I looked around, searched a couple places, and couldn't really find anything on why Japan wasn't interested in him, any of them. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. It's
funny that WWE is his last resort, though. That's a feel-good thing.
I don't think it's his last resort, but I feel like it was probably his only. It seems like he wanted to move on, and he either wanted to go to the Orient, or if he didn't want to do that, he was like. To me, it seems like he either wanted to have the most creatively, which is what he's seen in Japan, or the most money, which is what he's seen in WWE. That's the way I read through between the lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But another in.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you just want to read it at the same time?
Need to. No, I don't think we'll do that. Anyways, another indie standout is women's wrestler Aja Pereira. 25-year-old Aja is based out of Atlanta and is a former Shine Nova champion, as well as a former Shine Tag Team champion with AEW's Big Swole. She has worked for several other promotions since debuting in 2013 as well. Aja worked at a WWE tryout in the Performance Center last December. Seems like they must have liked her and they're bringing her in.
That's good stuff. Keep her away from AEW, which is probably where she'd go since her friend's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she have friends there?
Well, I mean, like I said, Big Swole, they were tag team champions together. And Big Swole's the new hot thing on the block over at AEW. I could see them going for Aja, but WWE, you know, they don't pay attention to the product. But,
nope.
But they'll split up friends. WWE has also confirmed the long-rumored signing of Killer Cross, which I'm assuming he will be branded as Keller Cross going forward.
Wade Keller, baby.
Cross is perhaps best known for performing in Impact Wrestling in 2018 and 2019, but also had success in Major League Wrestling and AAA, where he was a member of the MAD and La Fashion Ingovernable stables. The Ungovernable Fascists?
Ungovernable Faction.
Okay.
But yeah, that's good. Look at you and your Hispanic knowledge.
That half a year really paid off. He also appeared on the final season of Lucha Underground as the White Rabbit.
Whoop, whoop.
Weep, weep.
Yeah,
that was the sound of the ambulance, because we're about to get into this week's injury report.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the streets. Whoop, whoop. Oh, the sad thing is so many people listening to this are not even going to know. Not only will they not know what that is, I can even say they're not going to know that hit from Boogie Down Productions, and they'll be like, what's Boogie Down Productions? Oh,
what's that? I don't know. Too busy listening to all this mumble rap and Billie Eilish, who's not any better than mumble rap.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
she's the
Don't hate on Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish has a unique, distinct style that is 100% different from anything else out there.
Except for
every one of her songs are not only